For this week's Jolt of Faith, we look ahead in a few days for the beginning of Holy Week as we gather to celebrate Palm Sunday. And Holy Week, it's often been said, is the week that changed the world. And that's true. Over this coming week, we'll be celebrating the saving events of the Paschal mystery of Jesus Christ, how he destroyed sin and death, gave us the gift of the Eucharist, and restored us to life. But as we focus on Palm Sunday, the beginning of that Holy Week, it's probably the closest Jesus ever got in his earthly life to getting his just due, to people recognizing who he was as they welcomed him in triumph into Jerusalem. As we hear in the Gospel, as they sang Hosanna to the Son of David, waved their palm branches and welcomed him as the Messiah. But let's never forget how quickly that all changes. They welcome him as king on Sunday, and they're condemning him to death on Friday. And why is that? Because Jesus didn't live up to their expectations. They welcomed him with joy into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday because they thought he was coming to be the conquering Messiah, the one who would conquer and kick out the Romans, restore Israel, and fulfill all of their expectations. By the time Good Friday rolled around, they realized that Jesus' triumph is not what they were expecting. Instead, Jesus triumphs, suffering and dying on the cross, where he defeats not an earthly power, but a heavenly one. He defeats the power of sin and death for our salvation. But sadly, the crowds don't recognize that. The people who acclaimed him with joy on Sunday quickly turn against him, and they fail to recognize the awesome and unimaginable gift Jesus was giving them on that cross on Calvary. The lesson: not to make the same mistake. This Holy Week is only as holy as you and I make it. And that means that it needs to set apart from the rest of the year. We need to spend extra time in prayer this week, spend extra time in church, not only on Palm Sunday and Easter, but the days in between, entering into the mystery so that, unlike the crowds, we may not miss the unimaginable gift Jesus gives as he suffers and dies for our salvation. My friends, the only way that's going to happen is if you and I make a commitment now to make next week holy, to carve out extra time for prayer, for going to church, to make it different. Otherwise, we're just like the crowds in the Gospel. We rejoice on Palm Sunday, and we forget the real triumph that happens on the cross on Good Friday. Let's make sure as we get ready to enter into Palm Sunday, to enter into Holy Week, that we're going to make it special, that we're going to make it holy, so that the price and the gift that Jesus paid for us may truly change our lives and our hearts. Not a message, not a sermon, but just that little jolt of faith to remember what it's all about.